everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Muna. I'd love for you to subscribe. So it's been a while that I've done a book related video. I thought I would share some of my favorites this year and just do like a book tag. I've been seeing people doing these. I just thought it would be fun, so I just like googled on my phone the book tag questions and I just saw this one pop up. It's by elsbellsnotebook.co.uk. I have it in the description down below as well, and if there are some questions that I want to add in myself, I will do that. This is going to be sort of like a raw reaction. I don't know what the questions are going to be for this specific site, and I haven't like planned this out at all, so I'm going in kind of blind, but like I know what some of my favorites are, but then I felt like this year I read quite a few books that just went over my head. Like I will look back on it and I'm just like, what was that about? Like I can't remember for the life of me what it was about. So when it comes to books like that, obviously I'm not going to mention those or like add them to this list because they didn't really resonate with me or like stick with me, so I don't really want to look through everything that I've read, because the ones that have stuck with me are the ones that I want to mention in this video. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be top tier. Just so you know, this is my opinion. If you don't agree, let me know in the comments. If you do agree, if there's a book that you want me to read, let me know in the comments. Yeah, let's just get started. Are there any books you started? Someone else has answered them already. What is this? I might just use their questions, sorry. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes. I have started After Ever After. I need to finish that. And I know the new trailer for the new film has come out, so I want to finish the book first and then watch the trailer like I did with the other films. That is the way to go. I don't know why I have like this tradition with the after films that I have to read the books first before I even watch anything or see a trailer or see a movie poster or like I hold myself back. Like I honestly do not allow myself anything, and then when I've read it I like come back into the community and I'm like, oh, I read this. Yeah, and then I send my friends all the like teasers and stuff like that, the poster and all of this. So yeah, not now. I'm gonna finish the book first. What else? I also started Take a Hint, Danny Brown, but I'm not gonna lie, I know it's been a favorite to so many people, but I just haven't been able to get into it. And not saying that I'm gonna DNF it, but I just don't think it's a book for me. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been reading too many mafia books, but I just need a bit of action, like I need a bit of thrillerness in there. But yeah, it's not something that I'm in the mood for right now, let's just say that. It's just sort of taken a back burner. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Yeah. I'm waiting for JT Guy Singer to release a new book. I don't care which series it's for, I will read it. Whether it's the Beautifully Cruel series or whether it's the Queens and Monsters series, I am here for anything. To be honest, I should start a new series of hers or a new book of hers, but those two are my favorite by hers. I will read anything by her, sign me up. Oh, also the second book to, oh my god, I'm so excited for this. The second book to Lord of London Town by Tilly Cole. I cannot wait for that. The second book is gonna be it's gonna be amazing, so I can't wait for that. Tilly Cole is also another favorite of mine. I'm excited for those two. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Why is this? Should I be looking at something else? Isn't it the end of year book tag? But technically it's not. Start of the new year book tag? I don't know. Let's just say this year, what are 3 books I want to read? 3 books that I want to read. Well, I've got loads of books for my birthday that I need to read, so I'll just fetch them. So these are some of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most in reading. Tilly Cole, shocker, but it's It Ain't Me, Babe. Oh my god, that reminds me of a song. It's you, babe, and I'm a sucker for the way that you move, babe. No, that doesn't have It Ain't Me, Babe in it. Like to feel useless. What song is that? Never ever be the same. Is it Taylor Swift?
Nope.
It's you, babe, and I'm a sucker for the way that you move, babe. It's not coming to me. But anyway, I love this cover. Like, I'm thinking it's a motorcycle clubs kind of situation because of this. I'm actually currently reading a motorcycle club book, but I haven't finished it yet, but so far it's really good. But I haven't really delved into the MC books. I've been reading mafia books. That's my guilty pleasure. So this one, Sinning Never Felt So Good. I can't fucking read. I hate when I have to do these videos and I have to read. Even if you go back and watch my other book videos, I always mess up when it's time to read. Like I'm just so funny. I feel like my brain shows me other things sometimes. Who else is like that? I don't know. Anyway, Sinning Never Felt So Good. A meeting that should never have happened. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I love these kind of books where it's like, they shouldn't, but they are. Like, you know what I mean? Ah! Okay, many years ago, two children from completely different worlds forged a connection, a fateful connection, an unbreakable bond that would change their lives forever. Wow, it looks so good. Oh my god, is this like a letter? No, stop. Okay, anyway, I just saw like different fonts. So that's one. Another one, obviously mafia related. I had to like include that here. Another one that I got is this one called The Brit. This feels like a different texture to the other books. Almost velvety. Is it just me or? Oh my god, this cover is beautiful as well. So this is another one that I'm really looking forward to. Oh, it seems like it's kind of like, not kidnapping, but it says here, so when she's taken as collateral, I think I need to say it in an American accent. When she's taken as collateral by the notorious Danny Black in a deadly game of power, she's thrown by the deep fear she feels rising within her. And worse than fear, a profound desire. Yeah! No, she fancies him. Okay. She's heard tales of the Brit. He's callous, cold-blooded, but no one ever said he was wickedly beautiful and darkly captivating. Sign me up. That literally sounds like a bit of me. I'm not gonna lie, like I love these kind of books, like with this sort of storyline. Like when he's bad for you but good for you, like okay. So the next one that I got is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. That cover is wonderful as well. Well, really I should do a book video with this, like a book haul. What am I doing? Sharing it in this video is going to be so long. This is Sophie Lark, a new to me author actually. I've not read any of her books, but I know that she's got like a popular series that everyone's going on about, but I've never read any of her books. So this is going to be my first, so I'm really excited. This book is long, like in comparison to It Ain't Me, Babe. Honestly. Anyway, this one's, ooh, he's no Prince Charming. All right. Callum Griffin is the heir to the Irish Mafia. Another thing I discovered last year was the Irish Mafia, because I was just reading Italian Mafia. Irish Mafia on another level. He's ruthless, arrogant, and he wants to kill me. What? What? We got off on the wrong foot when I set a very small fire in his house. This is my kind of book. What do you mean she set a fire to his house? A small fire, like very small in commas. That's the thing that makes me laugh. Okay. Our families believe a marriage pact is the only thing that will prevent all-out warfare. Okay, so arranged marriage. I think I might need to murder him while he sleeps. Bruh. Okay, this is the Irish Mafia man we're talking about. Like, are you okay? This would be a lot easier if Callum wasn't so damn good looking. Okay, but I've got a lockbox around my heart because even if I'm forced to marry him, I could never love a brutal prince. That's so cute. That's where the title comes in. That's gonna be a good one. Like, I can imagine her fighting with her feelings. Like, she likes him, but she doesn't want to like make the first move or like make any moves because she's like, in her heart, she knows she should hate him. You know? It's giving me very much like enemies to lovers kind of energy, so I'm excited for this one. Okay guys, I've shown you 3. I've got 4 more here, which I think I will do in a separate video because otherwise this video will take ages. But those are 3 that I'm really excited for. Right up my street, you know, the genre that I like, the topics that I love to read. Yeah, Moving on to the next question. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Okay, so in terms of this, let's change it up slightly and just say like a book that shocked me. And it's my favorite, let's say that. Read of 2021. I don't want to go back to 2020. I have so many, by the way. I have like, not so many, but I have like a top 5. Yeah? But I think the way that this book made me feel and the way that this book just had so many people in the book community just like up for conversation and just discussing this book, and like this book could not stop coming out of my mouth. Like, I was recommending it to everyone when I finished reading it. It was a book club read, and I've got a video up of that discussion as well on my YouTube channel currently, so make sure to check that out if you want to. It is the book Verity by Colleen Hoover. When I tell you this book has me in a chokehold, I'm not even exaggerating. Thank God I did it for my book club, first of all. If you want to read this book and you have a book club or you have a group of friends that you read with, choose this book. Yeah, it is a bit steamy. It's advertised as a romantic thriller. There are elements of the romance, but then there are also thrilling elements in this book. And it's those thrilling elements that just completely shock you, blindside you, just like a whirlwind of freaking emotion. I still don't know how to feel about this book. I still don't know. In our book club discussion, obviously everyone interprets the book differently, and it was very interesting to see how other people think about the book and the character Verity and the other characters as well, but Verity in particular. But Lowen as well, like I despise Lowen personally. Actually, I despise the husband. Like, I don't even know who to blame at this point. I'm just pointing the finger, but I don't know who to blame. I go from hating Verity to hating Lowen to hating Verity's husband. Like, there's a lot going on in this book. There's a lot going on, and there are trigger warnings for this book. It is gruesome at some points. Like, sometimes I was looking at it like, oh, can I even carry on reading it? Because it is quite descriptive in some of the things that happen, but it was so good. It's one of those books that will never leave me. I made so many people read this book. Some of the conversations that I've had on my Bookstagram account with you guys as well about this book have just been like crazy. Is team manuscript or is it team letter? That is the debate. For me, this is equivalent to like Twilight, Team Edward and Team Jacob. That is how divided people are on this book. Like, that is how much dramaticness it's causing. But yeah, Verity by Colleen Hoover is a must read. If you've not read it, I would highly recommend that you read it. And you're into thriller and into romance, into a bit of steam, I think you will love this book. Next up, a book that has made you cry, hands down, 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. That book, oh my god, I have a reading vlog up on that, so if you want to see me going through the emotions, watch that vlog. But that book, I've never connected with characters more than in that book. I've never felt heartbreak like in that book. Like, I've read Forbidden and that didn't make me cry as much as 1,000 Boy Kisses did. The writing, Tilly Cole is just superb. Like, I love her writing. That book made me cry. There's a few books that have made me cry, actually, last year. I think it's just, you know, the predicament that we're in, the times that we're in, you know, the unsure times at the moment. Just, I was a bit sensitive, I think. That's what it was. Let's say as well, a book that is super hyped up, but I didn't really like as much. For that book, I will say The Vow of Deception by Irina Kent, I think. I was seeing the hype with everyone and how much everyone loved it. I didn't read the prequel because I asked someone on Instagram and they said, you don't really need to because it doesn't really add much to the storyline. So I was like, okay, cool, I won't. So I read the first book. When I tell you I wanted to DNF it so badly. I have never felt so confused in a book before. Never ever. I was literally reading it like, am I missing something? Like, am I just dumb? Like, am I not getting the point here? I'm sure this is not a spoiler. At the beginning we found out that I don't even know what is a spoiler, what is not. Let me not say anything. But basically there's a reference to like a doppelganger at the beginning. And I'm like, is this Vampire Diaries? Like, what is going on? Is this fantasy? Because if it is, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I want to stop right now if this is fantasy. I want to stop. But like, doppelganger, yada yada. I was like, what is going on? The first book, confused.com. right? If you want to read this series, you have to endure the first book, because it don't make no sense, but I feel like you need it. The thing is, right, now that I've read the rest of the books in the series, now that I've read book 2 and 3, book 1 kind of makes sense, because in book 2 you go back in time to find out why book 1 is relevant. Does that make sense? So book 2 gives you a bit more of a background of what book 1 is about and how it happened. But book 1, when you're literally reading the first book, you're planted in the middle of the freaking story. You're like, what is going on? But yeah, stick through it if you do want to get through this series. I'm not gonna lie, towards the end of book 1, I was in it. So I was like, I'm gonna finish it. It kept me in it. I'm not gonna lie, it did itself justice towards the end, because it kept me engaged and it kept me wanting to find out more and read the story. It is quite an intricate story though, but you do want to find out about the mysterious stuff that's going on. It's got a mystery element to it, which for me personally didn't work in the first book because I was confused. But book 2 and 3, I think, yeah, it kept me wanting to find out more, and that's why I finished the series. But if you've read this series, please let me know if book 1 was confusing, because I got spoiled it as well. I got spoiled it but still didn't get it. That's the funniest thing. A book boyfriend. Let's say a book boyfriend, okay? I am gonna have to say Reaper. Guys, I read this series. I still gotta carry on with it. The series is called Boston Underworld. I believe it was, yeah, Irish Mafia. But for me, my favorite character ever, like, I'm gonna make that statement. I'm gonna say it. My favorite character ever. This has been the best damaged hero I have ever read. Ever read. The way it was so realistic, like, you know, like nowadays, yeah, like, no shade, but like, you know, sometimes you read a book and it's like about a damaged hero, and I get it, you don't want to go on and on and on, but at the same time it's like sometimes it's not realistic. They've gone through this torture, whatever, and then the next second they fall in love. Like, you know what I mean? They haven't got any trauma, they haven't got any bad experiences like going forward, you know, and like they're fine, you know. It's like daisies and sunshine. Like, no, that's not realistic to me. So when I came across Reaper, I was like, oh my god, like, not only was it really heartbreaking for me to read it, but no damaged hero has ever hit home for me, like hit me in the feels, you know. Oh god, this book, yeah, when I tell you, like, I don't know what to say, not to say. So basically, like, there's a love interest, okay? He likes this girl. Let me just read out the description, okay? This is book 2, by the way. This one's my favorite, hands down. Okay, the love interest is called Sasha. So he's dark and mysterious, quiet and lethal, an Irish mobster, pure sin wrapped in a beautiful package. But there's also something off about him. He doesn't feel anything. He shows no emotions. Ugh. Sometimes I question his humanity. He hasn't spoken to me in 2 years. Okay? Not a single word, but we share a secret, he and I. And if it ever comes out, I have no doubt in my mind he won't have a problem killing me too. Okay? So first of all, it's already a trope that I love. I don't even know if it's a trope, but like one of them ones where it's like, does he love me enough to not like kill me if things go sideways? You know, if I betray his trust or something, like, is that enough? You know, does he feel anything for me? Is he inhumane? Like, you know, is he a robot? Like, oh, okay, Ronan, this is his point of view. I've slain for her, I'll do it again. When it comes to Sasha, there isn't a line I won't cross. I watch her, she doesn't know it. Love that. Stalker. Anyway, you know what I mean. She thinks I hate her. Sometimes I think I might too. But I'm always there, lurking in the shadows, craving her, trying to keep the beast within at bay. I'll keep her safe. I'll slaughter anyone who tries to hurt her. The only thing I can't do is protect her from myself. That is where he has inner demons and he's trying to protect her. But then he's like starving himself from something that he wants. You know, he wants her. I thought that was really good in this book. It's not just overnight they get together. No, he has a problem being touched. He has a problem speaking his mind. He has a problem just like showing emotion. He finds it difficult to do all of those things. And something as simple as holding her hand is difficult. Like something as simple as just like if they brush shoulders, like, you know, I mean, and she's in a place where it's like awkward because she wants to show all this love and affection, but she can't. She has to hold herself back, and then that in itself is like, oh, I just want them to be happy and be together. But yeah, Reaper for me is just, oh god, I remember I nearly cried at one point as well, just because of some of the things that he endured. Yeah, so that one really surprised me as well. That was surprising. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did. Just to put it into perspective, I gave Crow 4 stars, I gave Reaper, which is book 2, 5 stars, and I gave Ghost, which is book 3, 3 stars. I just don't think I was as invested in this couple. So each book follows a different couple. But yeah, I'm still gonna continue with the series. Just Reaper was just a mile ahead for me. Like, oh, it surprised me so much. It was really good. And this is a new to me author as well. I've not read any of her work, but I love her writing. Let's talk about some negatives here now. What is a book that I was most disappointed about? So, number 1, I would have to say the most disappointing book I read this year has got to be The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I've got a reading vlog, I believe, or something up. Yeah, it just wasn't worth the hype. It was not. I just thought, you know, it was going to be an amazing thriller. I had my expectations high, obviously, because of the hype it was getting, but yeah, it didn't do it for me. Another one would be Normal People. I didn't finish Normal People. I DNF'd Normal People because of the hype it was getting. That's why I picked it up. But for me, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't get through it. I was just like, you know what, life's too short, start a new one. Another book that was kind of disappointing to me, I think I gave it a 2-star on Goodreads. It's gonna be Sicko by Amo Jones. This was my first book by Amo Jones, and I wouldn't say it was the writing that really put me off. It was more of the plot. I don't think anything interesting happened until like the last 2 chapters or like the last couple of pages. That is when it all unveiled, and like it was crazy good. But the beginning of it was really slow for me personally, so I didn't really love that one. But I do have a reading vlog for that one as well if you want to go watch it. Let's say a series that I binge read, like honestly got through so fast, was the Filthy Rich American series. If you've seen my reading vlog for this book, you know that I literally read them in a couple of days. I think I read the first 2 books in the same day. Like, honestly, this series is so addictive, drama packed. There's no room to breathe. Like, is that crazy? Roller coaster. Honestly, like, if I read one of the reviews that I left on Goodreads, I said so for the first book, which is The Initiation, I said, oh my god, what in the world of scandal and betrayal did I just read? This book was so juicy and steamy. The plot twists and the drama were crazy and had me shooketh. Because it did, it really did. This book will stay with me for a long time. It was a crazy experience reading through this. There's not a boring part about this book. I loved it so much. It was so quick to get through and so much fun. Some of the things that played out had my eyes bugging out. Like the emoji of like eye, lip, eye bugging out. Okay, it was just like a fun experience reading these books, honestly. Another series that I was obsessed with in 2021 is the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. I got up to Hideaway, so I finished that, and I just need to continue with the rest of the series. But book 1 and 2 were amazing, and yeah, I gave them both 5 stars. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you want to see any other book recommendations, let me know. I think in the future I really want to do a Mafia recommendation, an updated Mafia recommendation book, because I do have a lot that I've been reading recently. Let me know if there's a specific trope or genre that you want to see. I'm sure that there's somewhere else that I can get the book challenge questions from, but I'll be prepared next year. Please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.